have to do is once it enters here in the waiting state, once all the requirements are given, again it enters the ready state. I mentioned that directly there is no edge from waiting to running. Once it enters a waiting, it has to go for a ready state. Once there is a ready state, it has to enter back running and finish it. So sometimes infinite loop will happen. So new ready state running, so many a times interrupt occurs. So once all interrupt finishes, its execution completes, exit. So that's called infinite loop. There may be one more infinite case, a new state, new process created, ready state, interrupt, it is under the execution, some of the shortfall of resources, again it will enter the ready state. From there, running, again shortage of inputs, again like this, you can imagine. Okay, so finally it has to terminate. There are two types of termination. Okay, so one is completed and termination. Second one is terminated without its doing the actual activity. So what we call that as abort. So generally that is not done by itself, that means process itself, it is done by some monitor or parent process that we are going to see in the today's discussion. Okay, so now let's go for the today's class concepts. Each process has its own control block. Okay, so very simple way. If what if we don't have a control block? Means if we don't have a control block, we cannot have a particular valid information about each process. So to have valid information about each process, we need to store related information about that process. So very simple way, what are the student details we used to store in a data structure lab? So like student USN, student name, his subjects, his internal marks 1, then internal marks 2, semester result, practical marks, etc. Same way, like how we store all the information related to a process in a structure. Here also, all the information related to process, we also going to store in some box. Box in the sense data area. So what all the informations it will have? Process state. So means what? Among these states, in which state presently the process is, and this is not permanent always. It keeps changing. Once the process newly created, it is in the new state. Once process is in executing, so it changes. This first row, process state, in which state it is, that is described there. Okay, like how a student has a unique number called USN, same way process will also have its number separately and uniquely, that is called as PID, process ID. So same way, that is called as process number. So then comes program counter. So why the program counter is important? So program counter will tell when process should execute, when it should not execute. When a program counter points to itself, then process will start execution. Okay, here is a data structure related to that program counter, which we have explained something here in the blue color. Okay, program counter which points to the next executable instruction. So that is also important when we store a control block about process. So registers, what is the importance of registers? Without register, a process will not be there. Okay, because registers are the entities which holds values. Say I took this example, add R1 comma, sorry, here R2 comma R1 comma R0. Here what are the registers? Three registers, R2, R1, R0. So what is the purpose of R1? R1 purpose is to first operand, R0 purpose second value, R2 purpose result. Okay, so like that, all the registers related to that process, R2, R1, R0. Memory limits. Should I access a memory directly, like here, I don't know, example, or through the pointer? Here also. Sometimes what happens, I will get a data directly. So no need of what? Pointer. So if there is a no need of pointer, I can directly go with this method, direct values. Sometimes through pointer I should fetch, sometimes direct values I will have. So those all things will be there in the memory limits. List of open files. This is a slight important. Well, imagine, please imagine system call, which we have studied in the previous chapter end. So there is one file, okay, there is one file dot one dot c. In that there are 10 lines. I want to copy those to the second file. Okay, from first file to second file. Here, what is the process? Process is taking 10 lines from first file, copying into the second file. So here, how many files we need? 2 files. Okay, so there is one more scenario. There is one more scenario in which a process has to take us first 10 lines and copy the same 10 lines in same file. So that means how many files we need? Only one. So based upon many scenarios, there may be 2 files required, 100 files required, sometimes even 1 file is required, sometimes even not at all the files are required. Okay, so these are all the cases where process will have its complete information. Okay, next one, the one which is not shown in the box is IO status information. This is little important. Okay, so this program, let's assume a process is for C is equal to A plus B, where A and B value user will give now. So what, imagine the C program, there is a main line, flower bracket, integer C comma A comma B, then printf will be there, enter the value for A, then scanf, then again we have a printf, enter the value for B, then we will have one more scanf for B, and C equal to A plus B, and then we will have a printf answer is equal to C something here. Okay, what are the input output here? A line is A value should be collected by the user, B value also should be collected, and once he got both values, he should generate the sum of them and print it on the C variable. So here, if is it possible to collect a B value without collecting a A value? Not possible. That means what is the status of B? It should execute only after A execution. When is it possible to directly give the solution for C without having A and B? That is also not possible. That means what here? C is totally dependent on A and B values. That like that, we will have a status whether A is completed or not, B is completed or not. If both are completed, then C can get the solution. Like that, we will have. Okay, next one, this question you can expect in your examination. CPU switch from one process to another process. Very simple way. Let us take here process not is listening a music. Process one, here this blue color is you will get a call from your friend and you will speak. You will get a call from your friend and you will speak. Okay, speaking to your friend is the activity. So what happens here in this cursor, where I am moving vertically downwards, you are listening a music. Okay, so you are listening a music. Suddenly you will get a call from your friend. Okay, so what happens? Listening music will stop. So what happened here? Listening a music. Is it? Can you listen now? Now also, can do reply in the chat box. Here, where I have kept a cursor. Can you listen the music now? No. Okay. See, in the same line, if I continue, listen, continue. Am I speaking? Not yet, because still I am getting the ringtone. Still ringtone I am listening. Okay. So ringtone I am listening means I am not yet speaking, and also I am not yet listening a music. I am not yet started speaking with my friend. So when I start speaking with my friend is when I go for green button on the touch screen or green button on the my mobile. So once a green button is there, yes, data communication will take place. So what happens? I will speak. During this speak, can I listen to music here? During my talk or conversation with my friend, I cannot listen. I mean, the song is idle now. Okay, so after some time, I will disconnect. I will disconnect my call. So exact moment when I disconnect, I cannot listen the song. That is for sure. Okay, I will disconnect for about 1 or 2 seconds. Okay, 1 or 2 seconds. Again, I cannot listen. I am not speaking. Also, I cannot listen the music. Okay, so after 1 second or half a second, then I will get my song back. Okay, are you getting now? This concept is very important. Please listen. Now let's go with respect to PCB. Okay, here PCB, program control block 0. That means listening a music. Program control block 1 means speaking with your friend, not the state called ringing or listening a ringtone. Okay, so what happens? Who is under execution here in the green light? Can you type in the reply where I kept a cursor? Which process block is under execution? With respect to process blocks. Yes, correct. So next, here, this is important. Who is in the execution? This row, complete row. Horizontal line. Which row is under execution? Here. Can you see the how I am moving a cursor? No. Please remember there is no process control block under execution. Very correct. Pallavi is correct. Okay, because my process control block 1 name is speaking with a friend. It is not connecting with a friend. Okay, speaking with my friend. Then what happens? By this time I have pressed the green button. Okay, in this row where I am moving a cursor horizontally, here which process control block executes? Correct. So that means speaking with friend, I am exchanging my information. Okay, and that means I am conversation with him. So what happens at this time? PCB1 execution finishes. PCB execution 1 finishes. Okay, so now what happened? Who is in the execution now? Am I speaking with my friend? No. Also, I am not listening to music because still swap exchange has not executed. No execution of any of the PCB. Very correct. So then what happens? I have disconnected. It took 1 or 2 seconds. Then at this row, what happens? Listening a song will come back and I can continue my song. Okay, nowadays what happened? Here, please remember this block, I mean this flower bracket where I am mentioning the idle, it is shrinking smaller and smaller, this one. So what happens? You may feel today as, I mean, why I'm not feeling much difference. As soon as I get, as soon as I hit red button in my mobile after my conversation, immediately I will get the song. Yes, of course. But can you expect this idle time as a 0? Can anybody give the answer? Can you feel today's mobile, this idle time as a 0, this idle here? No, it may be in microseconds, but it cannot be 0. It may be microseconds. In according to diagram, you can feel 1 second or 2 seconds. It can reduce it to microseconds, but 100% sure it cannot become 0 in even after 100 years of our technology. It will be there, but it will shrink day by day. It will shrink slowly, it will shrink. But it is not like we will have a 0 time for the swap in swap. Very simple analysis. See, you have attended a class from 8:30 to 9:15, and immediately at 9:15 I have sent you the link. But at least 1 or 2 students took 10 seconds of a time to join. Some student took 1 minute of to join. Okay, even it happens in our actual classes also. Even though I stand outside the class before the start of my class, there will be once the earlier staff rub all the board and say his work is, I mean, his session is completed, there will be a swap time of 1 second where he need to come out and I need to enter. So that's what it will be there in real world also. Okay, I hope, is it clear? Please do reply. So this will be one of my prediction that it's going to be important question. Okay, so with the diagram you make your practice. Okay, fine. Okay, let's continue. Next definition you may get here, threads. Okay, don't worry about this. I am covering only 2-3 points here. On the threads, we have one 8 marks question in our next module. Don't worry about this. Just remember the definitions. So if program is, see, listen like this. Semester is a big or vast imagination. Class means what? It's a part. Okay, in the class, do the class has different activities? Yes, or is a class also very, I mean, is there anything lesser than a class? Yes, something is called a session or some point explanation. See how the class is made up of. Am I always doing same thing in the class? Sometimes we will do different, like first I will explain, then I will ask a student whether they are getting a doubt or not. If yes, I will try to redefine them or clarify it. Sometimes not possible. What we will do, some student will come and ask outside the class. Okay, so what happens there is the environment, should we call out asking a doubt outside, like an online session or on the corridor. Okay, but it not belongs to class. Okay, but is that important to make a student to clarify that? Then only something who what is not understood by the student in the class, even outside the class also we will discuss and finalize. So thread means what? Okay, what we said, semester as a big word, big, I mean, big concept, class as a smaller concept. In the class, what is it possible to divide class into subsections that first a teacher will explain, then a student will ask a doubt, like that. See this again, one more definition has came into the existence. So that means thread means smaller than process. It's a smaller than process. So if a process is under execution, that is called a thread. Like a semester to class, class to a concept discussion. Okay, so every time it is not a class. Semester means not only theory class. So there may be something different called IA exam, or there may be something called semester practical or practical exam. So total altogether we are semester. So class means there may be 1 hour discussion. Again, in the discussion, what concept we decide, that becomes thread. Similar way, program, then next level is process, again, smaller level is thread. So the word thread is the smallest part. Okay. So next comes, will there be a single thread or multiple thread? Okay. Single thread means only one work. Multiple thread means different number of works. Okay. So generally what happens, I will, if I am trying to explain operating system, I don't restrict the examples only related to operating system. I will take some help of mathematics. I will take some help of microcontroller subject. I may take a help of C programming. See, these all threads in your brain also. Actual thread is OS. Also, you will take a help of C programming thread knowledge. You may recall mathematics knowledge, etc. So that means what? Multiple threads means they all together will try to understand, try to make or complete execution of process. So hundreds of process will finishes a program. Okay. Smallest part which is under execution, it is called as a thread. Okay. So we'll study more about this in the upcoming modules. Don't worry. I will. This is what a definition. Smallest part of execution. Sometimes, can there be a process equal to thread? Yes. Okay. Then there may be process equal to thread. Can there be sometimes a program equal to thread? May not be possible because program is a vast, thread is a very smallest entity. Okay, there can be very small process which we can consider equal to thread, but program cannot be equal to thread always. Okay, so next is important. Do we need a class timetable? Can you do reply in the time chat here? Do we need a class scheduling, means class timetable? Is it required? Yes. Why it is required? So student can decide which classes are there, at what time he should go, should he bring the apron today or not, okay, should he bring a laptop today or not, can he miss the day or he should not miss the day, etc. So the process scheduling, that also means it's equal to class timetable. So will there be a scheduler means who prepares the timetable, okay, for what process? So what he will do, he will tell, okay, at this time this staff should enter the class, he should take the timetable, sorry, class. So immediately after this the second staff should go and he should engage the classes, like that. The mean that there will be one main person who will prepare scheduling, who will prepare a scheduling. According to that we have to work. So then student will also feel comfortable, even staff will also feel comfortable, and total system will be smoother. Okay, so then there are multiple types of queues. The word queue means waiting states. Waiting states. Very simple way. Before we'll go for individual queues, let's analyze like this. Okay, in what all the way we will wait. We will wait. Okay, so now uh, one class has completed and another staff has not yet entered. One class is completed, another staff is not yet completed. Okay, not yet completed. So student will be waiting for what? Next subject class. So what is the student job here? Attending a class, and you are waiting to attend next subject. With respect to staff, what is the case? I am waiting outside the class. Okay, some staff is took 1 minute or 2 minutes of extra time. So what, with respect to me, what I am waiting for, I want to do my duty of conveying the knowledge to students. So for that I am also waiting. Why I am waiting is the resources are already busy. What are the resources I need to handle the class? First resource, I want students. Second resource, I want a board. Third, classroom itself. If there are no students, there is no board, and there is nothing called a classroom, I cannot do my duty or the job. So job queue means it's a waiting state where all processes are waiting. What is a process? Delivering lecture is a process, or explaining students concept is a process. For that I am also waiting. Okay, for what I am waiting, I want to get a platform, I need a board, I need a student presence. So these all things are required. Okay, then so everything is ready, students are there, and blackboard is available, dais is available, classroom is available. I am standing just outside the door. I mean, I have entered the class, but I have not yet started my concept. It may be 1 second or 2 seconds even after my entry into the class. Okay, I need 1 second of a time so that I student can settle down, and we can write a heading and start delivering the lecture. So ready queue means what? Everything is given it, and still 1 second or 2 seconds of a time it is required for to start the activity. Here in our day-to-day life, 1 second or 2 second is very, very small. So what happens? I will keep a book on a podium, I will walk here and there. Okay, I will scold a student who was absent, who was present, something. Okay, some activity I will do. Okay, here we feel that that 1 minute in which I do these all activities are very like what means all these activities are something like less time. But in the computer, if it keeps 1 or 2 seconds or 1 minute or a 2 minute unnecessary, it makes computer very slower machine. So ready queue is only the state where every resource is given, computer is about to start its execution. Next comes device queues. So this is little important. Device queues means processes are waiting for an IO. See, I took the same example. C is equal to A plus B. C, I have write like this. Enter the value for A and B. Scanf, percentage D, ampersand A, comma, ampersand B. Then I wrote C is equal to A plus B. Then I wrote a printf. Answer of C is equal to percentage D and C. This is what I have wrote. Here, the computer executes main, then comes, it executes the line called what? The second one, what we call printf. Okay, then scanf. What is this scanf consist of here right now? The scanf, it is waiting to get a value from the user. So what value A, when user will give for A and B, those values he should collect and give it to the next line called C is equal to A plus B. Okay, so unless he enters A value and B value, what process can do? It has only option called waiting. For what it is waiting? For values. Through what device he will give the values is input device called keyboard. So once he gives the, once user gives the value, his waiting time will be there, not there. So first, one more definition I would have added here is queue, that means waiting. Okay, so here one important thing. Okay, Please remember in this diagram, if some process is in a waiting, definitely it is present in one or the other queues over here. Either it is present in a job queue, or it is present in a ready queue, or it is present in the device queue. So there is a statement that user gives input or user understand the output little later than the computer. Okay, so what happens most of the time, the queue is, a process will be in a device queues rather than job queue or ready queue. Why? Because is job queue or ready queue are in terms of microseconds, okay, or even today nanoseconds of a time, whereas the device queue is in terms of seconds unit. See, microseconds or nanoseconds are very smaller than seconds. Very simple way, how much time you need to give the pin in the ATM machine? Do we need at least 3 seconds or 4 seconds? Because we need to give 4 digits. So each digit 1 second means we need a 4 digit. If I am very expert, then I may take a 3 seconds of a time. But it is measured in terms of seconds. Whereas the values of job queues will be microseconds, or even today it's a nanoseconds. Means what? Job queue, ready queue will be smaller time than the device queues. Okay, so coming for the next, how the ready queue and IO queue will be there. As I mentioned, ready queue, it will be, why it has a head and tail is because it's a queue, entry and exit. Okay, entry and exit, no problem. So what happens? One process will come. Okay, which process wanted to execute, that process's control block is loaded onto the memory. Okay, very simple way. I want to take a OS class, some other staff want to take a DA class. So which comes into your brain whenever there is a exchange of a class takes place. If DA class was there, your brain is ready with all the concepts of DA. So suddenly what happens? Class time is over. Your OS class starts. So what you will do? You will keep all the concepts of DA aside in your brain, and you will try to take up in your active part of a brain whatever we have finished in the last class of OS. So it will be you will try to relate whatever you learned in the previous class and what you are going to learn in the today's class. Same way, this is a queue here, this is a queue, and these are active area. So why there is no PCBs in the magnetic tape unit 0 and magnetic tape 1 is there are no jobs in these queues. So if there are no jobs in these queues, no need to load them or forward them for the execution. Okay, there may be many jobs in the uh, some other queue. What is that queue? Disk unit. I mentioned, no? Disk unit means, okay. So what happens here? Disk unit, there are 3 jobs, one after the another job. See, PCB 14, process control block, PCB 6 and PCB 3. There are, the job order is like this. First execute 3rd job, then execute 14th, then execute 6th. If possible, try to execute 6th parallelly with the 3rd or the 14th. Like that, we have different options. Okay. So this is one conceptual diagram. Okay, next, this diagram I felt as important, one more part. So how the process will be moved from one queue to another queue. See how many queues we have studied: a job queue, ready queue, and a device queue. Okay, so now you see one more arrow mark. Let me tell you, if possible, try to answer in the chat box. See, from new to ready, ready to running, running to exit, and terminated. If this is a flow, what you will understand from the process? I repeat, new to ready, ready to running, running to terminated. So do you think process is successfully completed its execution? Yes or no? Answer. New to ready. Yes, yes, that is also right. New to ready, ready to running, running to exit. One thing, there was no disturbance in the name of interrupt. And another thing, there was no waiting because all the resources were given on time. So hence it is a successful completion. Similar way, see that arrow mark, it will enters the ready queue. As I mentioned, ready state is compulsory. So ready to CPU. Here CPU means you please relate that state with running here in the diagram. Here you think it as CPU. Okay. So now what happens? Let's move little fast. Program will come. It's important to enter ready. Without ready, process will not complete. So it should enter ready state. So a process has entered a ready state or a ready queue. From there, CPU. From there, this arrow mark. What is the comment I should write here? Can you type in the chat box? See here, arrow mark, ready, CPU, upper arrow mark, exit. So what is the comment you should write here? I repeat, ready, CPU, and finish. No, don't use word terminated. Whether it is successfully completed, terminated means there are two things. Successful termination and failure termination. Whether it is successful termination, yes, correct. Because what? It has never suffered anything here. Okay. So successful completion is the correct. Then comes, see here. Now listen. I want to give I am explaining ATM card operation. So ATM is ready. I am also ready with transaction. I remember my password, everything. What happens? I have inserted a card. Okay. Does it require a PIN number? Yes. So without a PIN number, it cannot exit. So what it should do? Once I have inserted a card and CPU asks me for a PIN, so it will enter input output request. Why? Because I need to enter password. If I enter a password, what happens? Once I enter a password, yes, password verification is done. Okay, then work is completed. What work is completed? I have only password verification is completed. That time, again, after password verification, what I should give? Okay, please give your attendance in the chat box. Parallelly, we'll try to finish this. Okay, password, after password, I want to give amount, how much I want to withdraw. So that is done. Finally, what happens? Ready, then CPU, password is given, again ready, amount is given, again ready, and if amount is available, I will get amount and work is done. Okay, so now what happens? Ready state, CPU enters, I have given a password, PIN number I have given. The computer is unable to get connected with the server. What happens? Times it will wait for 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Then after that, what happens? It will enter the ready state. Now, if it